thorough, rock bottom, multidisciplinary accident investigation board, which is constituted by experts from the ministry, from engineers, our own VID, we go to the police, we go to assessors, we go to the insurance people, with all the expertise that we can rope in, so that every time the purpose of any investigation is to avoid a recurrence. So this board is going to be charged with the responsibility to investigate thoroughly any probable causes. As an example, that was a cross-border, that was a foreign truck. How it found itself there in Chitungwiza could be something else. But look, he could have been a driver staying there in Chitungwiza. But if they were doing any business at all outside the jurisdiction of their route prescribed by RMT, then it means they were engaging in cabotage, which is a violation of our bilateral agreements in terms of terms and conditions of issuing of those bilateral permits.
But Mr. Sango, let's talk about the capability of our roads when it comes to handling or accommodated large volumes of traffic. As we can see and note, especially in the urban areas these days, the roads are not wide enough. How capable are our roads in terms of accommodating large volumes of traffic?
Rumi, I will make an admission. Our roads currently, sometimes because of the state of the roads, particularly on the urban roads, I think you have seen government now coming in, introducing ERRP2, ERRP1, to try and assist the local authorities in making, our homes accessible. That has been quite successful. I think we've got a few roads that we can make reference to. But otherwise, the strategy from a government perspective and town planning perspective is to use various strategies. One of them is the example of the just launched the Trabablas mega infrastructure. That will take care of traffic in terms of direction and in terms of giving way to each other. That's number one. Have you evaluated how traffic is actually moving right there? How effective has it been? We have been there post-launch. The minister took us there. We went there the second time. We were assigned and we identified. Has it also reduced the number of accidents there? Oh, yes. It is quite reduced. And even people are getting used. Initially, I think, but there is also an initiative to go electronic signage, so that when you have got a fixed direction sign and you miss it at once, but if you have got filtering, then it's easier for you then to easily follow. These are some of the measures. Lighting, a police station. We also have well-wishers that are coming on board to try and assist with the trafficability of the Trabablas. But coming back to infrastructure and how it can assist. One good strategy is that of coming up the Harare Ring Road, as an example, to try and capture all the traffic that includes, of course, that is destined for Bulawayo and beyond. That shouldn't be traversing through the towns, which is also, because of their speed and length, are also contributing to, to the congestion within the town centers. So that will be number one. Then the creation, as we now deal with infrastructure, is to clearly demarcate and come up with a dedicated lanes. Dedicated lanes for all road users. It's not a monopoly. Infrastructure, road infrastructure is not a monopoly for motorists alone. We have got vulnerable groups, we have got the elderly, we have got those on wheelchairs, we have got children who are crossing over. So are you trying to make it friendly for everybody, leaving no one and no place behind? For everybody. If we want our dedicated lanes for public service vehicles, as an example, the buses, the commuter-owned buses and so on, it ensures that there is no conflict. But we also then, in the same process, want to make sure that the local authority, it takes care of those that are doing vending within, because part of that infrastructure that they are using ordinarily belongs to the people who are supposed to be using it, particularly the pedestrians. And accidents, it hasn't spared them. I think I was reading a month ago when 2 women were reversed into by a motorist.
But nothing is being done, especially in the central business district, especially around 4 5 p.m. You get to see vendors all over the streets. Probably there are 4 lanes that the motorists are supposed to be using, and there's just one line, one lane that they are using. What have you been doing as the vehicle inspection department?
Yeah, unfortunately, that jurisdiction, Rumbi, doesn't fall under either the ministry, but whilst we are within the same cluster of infrastructure and utilities, that falls under the Ministry of Local Government. Local government and the relevant municipalities or town councils, they are supposed to be doing assessments to see how effectively their infrastructure is saving the population or the targeted population. And we have got very little. And in terms of urban traffic enforcement, that's why you don't see much of visibility of VID and RMT there, although very soon, in terms of the directives that we are getting from our Honorable Minister, is that why not begin at the termini or ranks to make sure that you investigate and interrogate those trucks, those buses, if they are compliant. Why allow them to leave Harare, Musika, without documents, and only to discover when they have an accident in Beitbridge? So these are measures that are coming, although there are a few challenges that are associated with that. I think you are aware that now ranks are mushrooming everywhere, and it will be very easy for you to be stationed and to find the magnitude of manpower to manage that. But we will soon, it's soon on course, it's something that is brewing.
Now that you've spoken about compliance, I like that that issue. It brings me to asking you this question, that we have them shika-shikas. We can't run away from them. We have them shika-shikas nowadays, commuter omnibuses that are not even registered. What are you doing about this issue? Because I would like to believe they are also causing road accidents. They speed, they do overspeed, they do everything that is not great for the road network.
Rumbi, people who do business without registration, they are stealing from everyone, including yourself. Everybody else is paying their taxes, whilst they are causing the chaos. The problem that we have as government now is, how do you account for them if you actually don't have them in your register? So there is now a concerted effort. There are calls by our ministers of Home Affairs, minister, my own minister, Honorable Mona, Minister of Transport, to have collaborative strategies of enforcement, where we have ZRP, we have our VID, we have our RMT, we have Traffic Safety Council, we have everybody that is concerned, including the municipal or traffic police, so that those within their jurisdiction for that particular operation, they will be in charge. When it comes to us on the highways, we are in charge and everybody is following. But that, I think, in the end, should be able to take us somewhere. But the relevant department under the Ministry of Local Government, I think they are doing something, especially in light of the whole of government trusts that we are currently working with, and the smart city concept. The smart city concept is where we are all drifting towards, particularly as we drift towards our new parliament building and town.
Appeals would like to hear more about the smart city pack that you're talking about. But right now we get to take a short break. Also note that we are live on Facebook on our ZBC News Online Facebook page. So you can put in your comments right there. Right now we take a short break. Stay tuned.
Did you know? Under the Cyber and Data Protection Act, organizations are obligated to provide training for their employees on data protection and cybersecurity best practices. This message is brought to you by Portraits. Visit our website.
Welcome back to First the Nation. I'm Rumbi Chakanza. And of course, in studio, we're still joined by the Director of VID and Road Motor Transportation, Mr. Sango, today to help us unpack some of the issues to do with road carnage. Zimbabwe has been facing so many challenges despite efforts to curb these issues to do with road accidents. Now, you were talking about the smart management systems that you'd like to introduce. How long will it take for us to have these systems? You know, we talk about artificial intelligence. Now we have chatbots for services, customer care. Can you kindly take us through that process?
Well, Rumbi, I am happy to share with you and the nation that this is now being done and carried out under the auspices of the highest office in the country, which is now taking the lead together with Home Affairs. And all the other stakeholders, ICTs, Ministry of Transport, and every other stakeholder, they become members to that national committee, to which we are also a member. What then happens is that I may not actually have the dates and timelines, since the project is actually being spearheaded elsewhere at a superior level. But look, what I can assure you is something is already brewing. Work has already started. A national command center has already been, the housing of the national command center has already been identified. And already, I think you once saw 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago, a list of names of traffic offenders that came out in the media, press, and so on, asking them to report somewhere. That actually shows that it's evidence that something is already happening. But this is quite a mega national project, which is not carried out on piecemeal level. So you expect a thorough job to be done in terms of investment, in terms of equipment, in terms of locations. What I can only promise the nation is that soon, but the process has already begun. Government is now moving away from a scenario where this ministry was having its own pocket of ICT development, the other ministry its own, with the systems that are not communicating at all, which are not adding value at all. The system that you need provides a one-stop shop solution to all the users, as well as to, for example, in this regard, Ministry of Justice is at the tail end. We want to make sure that these people that are nabbed, at the end of the day, the link is already there with the Ministry of Justice, the courts of law, where we are also urging government to have dedicated courts to fast track, the dealing with the habitual traffic offenders. Yeah, that's what I would say about it.
All right, Mr. Sango. Now let's get to talk about the patchy roads that we are seeing. We also see deep holes and the roads that we have right now in Zimbabwe. Can we say that they have been increasing somehow to these road carnages? Have they been increasing road accidents that are occurring?
I would answer by saying yes and no. I referred to a scenario where we are moving away now in terms of problem shifting from accidents occurring from bad road condition. But now, the very good roads, we saw it when government did the Blawayo, Harare, Mutare. The statistics of road crashes, road accidents, actually spiraled so highly because people now tend to overspeed and disregard, every other piece of road regulation. So this is the challenge that we have, and it is taking us back now to the driver, the attitude of the driver. When you see that a condition, you are driving on a slippery road, your ability through your training should be able to tell you subconsciously that you need to reduce speed and put your vehicle in the appropriate gear. When you are carrying passengers, honestly, you know that the risk of you getting into an accident fatal one, and killing these people is very high, then you should also respond cognitively. But the problem that we have, I think our curriculum, this takes us back to our curriculum. I think our curriculum, yes, it falls under the Ministry of Transport through the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe. I think we need to have a mind shift. We need to revise our curriculum so that it responds to current dynamics. We've got a lot of dynamics in the motor industry. Now we've got vehicles, electric vehicles. Now we have got hybrid vehicles. Now, this curriculum is supposed to be speaking to these new technologies so that people are responsive. For example, if there is an accident involving an electric vehicle, certainly in terms of pollution, in terms of battery management, in terms of electrocution and what have you, these are the kinds of R&D that we expect our curriculum to be handling. Then the human factor sometimes is very difficult to deal with psychologically, because when they are on the road, they become the king. But I'm very happy to say, as if by telepathic coincidence, last week on Friday, this Indaba had already planned by the ministry between the drivers, stakeholders, and the operators. The minister wanted to know, why is it that whenever there is an accident or whenever we have an Indaba, the drivers are blaming the operators to say, we are being forced, we are being unreasonable standards, we are being terrible working conditions, forcing us to drive for 10 hours without a break, and so on. So we brought them under one roof. And I can tell you the results that came out of that Indaba were very, very good. I'm very pleased to share with them at the appropriate time upon approval by our principals.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I hope that everybody home is actually keeping warm right now.
Thank you.
So let's talk about VID.
Yeah.
So let's take a short break.
To all our valued viewers and listeners, ZBC encourages you to purchase listeners' licenses to support an informed nation. By doing so, you will gain access to authentic and accurate information, entertainment and education from trusted sources. Obtain your radio and television licenses at various ZBC and Zinara offices across the country and all authorized agencies. Be compliant, stay informed. Purchase your license today.
It's fireworks, it's electric, it's the Heroes and Defense Forces Music Show happening at Kujeke Grounds, Windsor Growth Point on the 12th of August 2025. Pungwe! Brace for live music performances from Alan Chimbetu, Mark Ngwazi, Chief Wenje, Jah Master, Matthias Mere, Clemens Magwaza, James Marabini, and many more. The show will be broadcast live on your voice, your choice, ZBC TV from 2100 hours till the following morning. Lest we forget. Akatorongo